Again? Okay. Judging from my expression, you guys can probably tell already exactly what I think of Legend of Korra. What's up, guys? Still, Shark's back again with another video. It's still manga, same person. You guys should know by now. But honestly, I mean, progression-wise, the plot moved, but at the same time, I'm just like sitting here going, what? What just happened? Now, first and foremost, everyone's back in Republic City. We finally get to see the reappearances of Beifeng, Lin, and General Iroh, which I was actually glad to see him again because General Iroh was a very interesting character. And I mean, they can take his character a lot of routes, especially to where it went at the ending. But it was good to see them again because I felt like okay, because if they showed up at the very end, it's like okay, this is gonna feel like okay, a little bit, So I like the aspect of them bringing in General Iroh in, bringing him back and then bringing Lin Beifong. I thought, oh, this because they're in Republic City to be exact. But with Korra's struggle, because we're seeing like her standing up for the Southerners because she thinks, and from what we believe, the Northern Water Tribe invaded the Southerners, so pretty much she's supporting them, and the Northerners at Republic City are just like they're getting pissed off at this, and it's like, what? Like, do we not get to take any sides? Like, okay. Okay, and then we randomly get some kind of, and Mako doesn't believe that it's actually the overall he doesn't believe that the Northern Water Tribe is behind this because we see this firebender, okay, and he seems to be causing something because he causes the scene, and you guys know exactly what happened because that portion happens up, and pretty much he's trying to cause a scene. Mako's able to stop him. Well, actually, he's not able to, but he's able to get away. And then he tries to go to Lin, and and then one thing I thought was kind of funny is oh. So even at work, Mako gets a little bit treated a little unfairly, and then the president, okay, because Korra's trying to get the president to send troops to help the Southerners because, again, the Northern Water Tribe invaded the Southern Water Tribe, so it just makes perfect sense from there. But he flat out says, I will do what I can to negotiate with Unalaq and the Northern Tribe. I'm like, do you really think that's actually going to go somewhere, President? Tell me. Is that actually going to go somewhere? Literally. Seriously, tell me. Is that actually going to go somewhere? But still, and we're also going to, and that plan doesn't work out, so Korra tells General Iroh because she believes, that he'll be able to send troops. And granted, we didn't get too much of his character within book one, but we're getting a little bit more of him in this one. So seeing him helping out Korra was actually pretty cool. This actually happens towards the end. So on that aspect, and then we're seeing the president coming in because Mako had to. What's the word again, people? What do we know? What's the word is snitch. He snitched her out. It's and then tensions between him and Korra. I mean, with the way it was going with episode one, with season two, it's okay, I saw this coming from a mile away, but they broke up. It's whoa, the Avatar and the police officer, they've broken up. It's I mean, granted, we didn't see this happen with Aang and Katara. I mean, yeah, they had fights, but it's to this extent, yeah. But then again, Aang and Korra didn't get. I mean, Aang and Katara didn't get together until the very end of the last Airbender. But still, it's just she breaks up, and ultimately she's gonna head over to the Fire Nation because General Iroh tells I might not be able to help now, but head over to the Fire Nation because my mother and my grandfather, which we all know is Zuko, they should be able to help out the Avatar. So, and right when she's about to go, her two cousins come in and attack her, and we see like this fight thing going on between her and her cousins, and it looks like she's able to have the upper hand, but it's like a small fight. Okay, it's not like that big of a fight scene. So she does that, and randomly out of nowhere, this spirit comes out of nowhere, and you're just sitting, you're going like, wait, where did you come? And then, but then again, it's like, okay, so maybe, because I mean, the spirit portal did open up, so I'm guessing one of the spirits were let loose. I'm guessing it was from Unalaq. Maybe. We don't know exactly what happened, because as soon as this part comes up with the spirits, we're seeing Korra, and we're seeing the spirits, and, like, that one spirit, and, like, pretty much, Korra, like, tries to purify the spirit and, like, kind of go away, but it doesn't happen, so the spirit ends up attacking Korra, and all we see that's left is none of them. And, like, Desna and Eska, like, they just go back. And ultimately, I'm just gonna say right now, Eska is Azula 2.0. Like, Bolin, I'm just saying right now, you created Azula 2.0. That's what I'm gonna say right now. But ultimately, that's not the whole focus of the episode. But now I'm gonna focus on the second portion of the episode, which was like the bits between Tenzin and his family. Although this time it's more or so towards Meelo and his training with the lemurs, or Pokey as he likes to call it. And by the way, all this stuff was off screen, okay? So we're seeing like Meelo train not Meelo, well, yeah, Meelo is training Pokey, but it's ultimately like his dad giving him advice on training Meelo to train Pokey. And I'm just gonna say, like, it was actually quite funny because they're sleeping together, and like dad, and then Tenzin's like, no, he has to sleep on the floor. He's a pet. You're a human. You need to sleep on the bed, and you need to sleep on the floor. And then at the very end, we're seeing Tenzin, and he's just like, oh, good, you're finally able to train Pokey now, because, like, Meel's able to gain all this knowledge, not all this, not the knowledge, but, like, he's able to train Pokey. And then, this I just thought was funny, but Melo's like, oh, I didn't just train Pokey, I also trained the other lemurs too, and then Tenzin's like, I created a monster. But, overall, this week's episode of Legend of Korra, I mean, it's the same. Although, I am a little curious seeing like where it's gonna go next. I don't think Korra is actually defeated, but it's actually quite interesting to see. I mean, it was pretty fast for an episode. It was a pretty fast-paced episode, and I kind of wish we got a little bit more, just a little bit. But ultimately, we still don't know how this book's gonna end, and it just started too. So we're just gonna have to wait until next week. So overall, I give this week's rating of Legend of Korra a 4.5 out of 5. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. The tensions that were brought up, and then I'm gonna be honest. The breakup between Korra and Mako, I saw that coming. I mean, as soon as like and it was kind of building up from the first episode of season 2, and it's like, okay, from 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's like boom, breakup. So where this is gonna go from here, I'm not so sure, because that ending just leaves a lot of questions, and ultimately, that's pretty much it. You know what, guys? Just thumbs up for Korra. I mean, not Korra, but like thumbs up for seeing like a couple of these characters again. Thumbs up for like seeing some tension being brought up, and Meelo. Okay, I'm just gonna say just thumbs up for Meelo being able to train all of those lemurs. All of those lemurs, like, woo, we're flying. Thank you, Master Meelo. It's like, okay, but ultimately, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm Shirag. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more Legend of Korra episode reviews, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.